Good morning and welcome. I'm back. This is it. This is the last video for our circle time videos. I might be sending out some fun things to you guys here and there just because I have gotten some good responses and I think it might be fun to just send out some ideas of things you guys can do at home. Like just like the orbiting video or things like that. So I might be sending some special treats to you guys here and there. Because I love you guys and it's fun and I want you to keep learning. So I am gonna do calendar, we're gonna do our shark facts, and we're gonna do our stories. And I have two special stories for you today, and the reason they're so special is because they're based in California. So one of them is based in San Francisco and the other one is based in Monterey. And I know a lot of you guys have been to both of those places. And so it's always fun to read books that we can kind of connect with, and we've been there before. I mean, it doesn't get much cooler than that, right? So let's go ahead and get started. Yesterday was Wednesday, and if we think about our days of the week, the days of the week do not start on Saturday. It starts on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that makes today Thursday. And as a reminder, we put two letters together to make that sound. Can you make that sound? It's kind of like I'm almost gonna bite my tongue, but I don't. Thursday, right? Thursday. Our month still being May, starting with an M, May. 21, 2020. Yep. So, let's take a look at our scary shark song and then our shark facts, and we'll get going with our stories. So, let's give it a try. Our last try this week to sing Scary Shark. Ready? I'm a scary shark, just look at me. I can be found swimming in the sea. I like to eat fish and a great big seal. I'm not picky when it comes to my meals. If I break a tooth, it'll grow right back. So I don't worry what I have for a snack. I'm a scary shark, just look at me. I can be found swimming in the sea. That was good, you guys. Did you sing along with me? Did you? I hope you did. I really do. Hope you did. Okay, so let's take a look at our sharks. We've learned about their teeth and how they grow back, and they have so many teeth. We've learned that their eyes roll in the back of their head for protection. We've learned that their bones are not bones like ours. It's cartilage, right? So the same kind of stuff that we have in our ear. It's kind of hard and bendy at the same time. Let's see. Did you know that sharks have been around for 4 million years? You know how old that is? That's older than me. That's older than grandma. That's older than your mom and dad. That's older than the oldest person you can think of. That's when the dinosaurs were around. Long before, the dinosaurs were around. The shark dinosaur was called a megalodon. Can you say that? Megalodon. There's over 400 different kinds of sharks. I think we already learned that actually. Do you know what shark babies are called? Guess. They're called pups. Shark babies are called pups. Some sharks have eggs that are either laid or are hatched inside of the mommy before they're born. Let's see. Sharks, last fun fact, ready? Sharks are at the top of the ocean food chain. What do you think that means? That means the shark, he's the creature that everyone is scared of. Everyone, I shouldn't say scared of, but like shark can eat anything below it, anything else in the ocean. but it doesn't attack everything, right? Like a shark won't sit there and eat a giant whale, but it is at the top of the food chain. It is the fiercest animal that lives in the ocean. Donut, donut. That's me as a shark. Donut, donut. I wonder what you would eat if you were a shark. What would be your favorite snack? I think my favorite snack would be seahorses because they're kind of little. All right, guys, 2 books. I'm gonna start with this one. It's called Dude, and this book is based in Monterey. So if you've ever been to Monterey, you'll recognize some of the things inside this story. Dude, by Ron Burnham, and the pictures are by Frank Hill. Dude, the sea otter, surfed the bay by a lovely old town called Monterey. His furry friends cheered and the ocean roared as he rode the waves on his bounding board. He's a surfing sea lion. I mean a surfing sea otter. Sorry. He longed to travel and see the sea. He was smarter than an otter ought to be. In order to go wherever he'd wish, he'd join the Seaworthy School of Fish, taught by Miss Herring and Professor Bass. Soon he went to the head of the class. Learning ways of the oceans and the bays, Dude graduated in just a few days. And the very first thing he wanted the most was to tour California's Central Coast. Next day, when Dude was all alone, he grabbed his oyster shellophone. Buzz, 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 he was able to reach Chowder the Clam in Pismo Beach. I'll help you, said Chowder, if you insist, with some wonderful places to put on your list, like Santa Barbara and Santa Cruz, too, because I know all the nice things Santa can do. Santa Barbara, Santa Cruz, raise your hand if you've ever been there. One of my most favorite places to go is Santa Cruz. I am just so happy when I'm in Santa Cruz. With so many choices and so much to choose, Dude decided on Santa Cruz. So he surfed the waves to that marvelous town. Its beautiful beach was a place of renown. So there's Santa Cruz. He loved its boardwalk, and feeling chipper, he went for a ride on the Giant Dipper with 2 teenage turtles named Meanie and Mo, and Sasha the sea lion from San Francisco. The merriest mammals from out of the sea was speeding and spiraling, and all shouted, "Whee!" When Dude wobbled off, the crowd gave a roar. They had never seen a seasick sea otter before. He got sick from the big roller coaster. That's the big roller coaster in San Francisco, or not San Francisco, I'm sorry, Santa Cruz, called the Giant Dipper. He decided to stop for a spot of tea in a place called Carmel by the sea, with its charming streets full of lovely shops and beautiful frocks and lollipops. He bought a shirt that fit him well, and on it the words said, "I love Carmel." Some of you may have been to Carmel before. It's another beautiful little ocean town. Carmel gave Dude so much to see, like quaint little homes and a green cypress tree. But his spirits really came alive when he surfed neath the 17-mile drive. Up on a cliff not far out of reach, near a bright and beautiful pebbly beach, people played on a lawn called a course, while they jumped up and down and yelled themselves hoarse. Dude wondered why there was so much commotion as they kept hitting balls out into the ocean. They're golfing. Later, he took an afternoon sail on Billy Bob Blubber, the great big blue whale. And they cruised down the coast. He enjoyed the view, along with the seaweed and halibut stew. How cool would it be to ride on a whale, huh? Pretty neat. Just when Dude felt about to burst, he spotted the castle of Mr. Hurst. Hey, thought Dude, this place is cool. And he took a bath in its swimming pool. At Marrow Bay, he joined a flock of fine feathered friends on Morrow Rock. To quote his pal, an otter named Zorro, "We're here today and gone tomorrow." There's a castle called Hearst Castle in California, and it is a beautiful place to go to. you might want to visit when you're a little bit older, like maybe teenager age. But Miss Kelly's been there before, and there's so much to look at, and it's so beautiful. There he found waves of love and devotion from all the creatures who lived in the ocean. They threw him a party just for him so he'd feel at home and get in the swim. Oh, they're throwing him a party. Look at all those sea creatures and ocean animals. The food was delicious. The music was grand. As an octopus played like a one-man band, the rockfish rolled and the sardines swam, and the cool jellyfish all started to jam. The turtles danced the Monterey reel to the trumpeting of an elephant seal. Do you guys think ocean animals really party this hard? I hope they do. I don't know if they do, but I hope they do. Every tune was filled with emotion. From row, row, row your boat to how deep is the ocean. A seahorse and dude did a dance called the pony to the musical group known as Abalone. The girl otters in the aquarium all seemed to want to marry him. He won their hearts and all their applause. And was kissed by a shark whose name was Jaws. Dude was crowned the aquarium king by a manta ray who was known as Sting, a creature quite spectacular, though Dude thought he looked like Dracula. Dude was the one they all loved the most, the surf and sea otter and toast of the coast. The end. And then I'm going to finish the day and our week with this book called The San Francisco Sea Lion, Sasha the San Francisco Sea Lion. And after this story, we will say our goodbyes for the weekend until we see each other again. Sasha the Sea Lion. Sasha the Sea Lion, a friend of mine, lived in the sea off Pier 39 on San Francisco's beautiful bay, a perfect place for sea lions to play. I hope you guys have all had an opportunity to see the sea lions on Pier 39. They sleep there on the docks, and you can see them and look at them. Sometimes they're really stinky. Sometimes they're barking and making lots of noise, and sometimes they're just sleeping. But it's a very, very cool thing to witness and see. Folks came from near and far, and from Cleveland too, to see the things a sea lion can do, like waddling and wading and just having fun, then going to sleep in the warm moonday sun. People come from all over to see the famous sea lions in San Francisco at Pier 39. We're so lucky to live very close to it. One day Sasha was enjoying a nap when he awoke to find a map in his lap. It showed all the places people can go in the magical city called San Francisco. If they can go there, why can't I? Said Sasha with a wishful sigh. There's so much to do and so much to see. San Francisco is calling me. So now his adventure was about to begin as he hailed a taxi and jumped right in. So he fell asleep, and now he woke up and there's a map on his lap. And he thinks to himself, well, why can't I go to all these fun places like they can? First, he went to the Fairmont Hotel on a hill where famous buildings dwell. He was met by a bellman wearing a grin who graciously checked the sea lion in. When he got to his room, he barked for room service and made the people next door a bride and groom quite nervous. I would be nervous too if I heard a barking sea lion next to my room. Soon a waiter named Jake showed up with a steak, which Sasha the sea lion did not want to take. For his one hungry wish was not a meat dish, but a beautiful, bountiful kettle of fish. The hotel and guests enjoyed the sight of Sasha sashaying out daytime and night. The grown-ups would giggle and the kids would shriek as they followed our Sasha through a wonderful week. Nice skateboarding. That would be quite cool to see. On Monday, he went to Coit Tower. The view was a treat, and then skedaddled down Lombard, the crookedest street. He entered North Beach and proceeded to buy a mackerel and halibut hot pizza pie. Coy Tower, Lombard Street, and of course North Beach are all different places that you can go visit in San Francisco, all very famous places. He dressed in a coat all cuddly and warm for Monday Night Baseball where the Giants perform. He squealed and applauded, seeing lions don't shout, when a hometown pitcher struck 10 batters out, and he munched on a hot dog, but much preferred trout. On Tuesday, he went to the Museum of Modern Art, where he saw a painting that gave him a start. It was one that made the critics applaud, but was actually painted by his young brother, Claude. We went to a baseball game, and he went to the Museum of Modern Art. That night, he looked like $1,000,000, all dressed up in a rented tux at Davies Hall, where the orchestras play, but the trumpeter was absent, a traffic delay. He jumped on the stage to save the day with a solo from Carmen, composed by Bizet. In fact, I really don't have to tell, but horns are one thing that sea lions play well. Wednesday. He went to the ocean, jumped right in, and took a swim to Marvelous Marin. He cavorted with cousins named Bertram and Midge and saluted commuters on the Golden Gate Bridge. I think many of you know the Golden Gate Bridge and maybe possibly have even driven across it. I don't know if you still can, but you used to be able to walk across the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm not sure if you can though anymore. He swam back to the wharf and took in some jazz, then boarded a ferry to Alcatraz, in the prison island where the curious crave to see where they kept folks who didn't behave. He saw every cell and every cell block and proclaimed the island the Jailhouse Rock. If you have the opportunity to take a boat out to tour Alcatraz, I really suggest it. There's so much history there and so much to explore and discover. It's super awesome. Thursday, he rented a bike and just for a lark, he went for a ride in Golden Gate Park. He honked at the birds and sniffed at the breeze and waved to the squirrels as they ran up the trees. Then he stopped for his favorite picnic spread of sardines and jelly on sourdough bread. Friday, he was touring Chinatown when it started to rain. He found a cozy cafe and ordered chow mein with seaweed and urchins and noodles and kippers, though chopsticks are hard to handle with flippers. He went back outside where his evening was made when he rode in the dragon in the New Year's parade. At the sight of Sasha, the crowd gave a squeal. You'd think it was the year of the seal. Chinatown in San Francisco is so fun to walk around. The shops and the sights and the people. Oh, so fun. Saturday, he arrived at the Cliff House to be with the flocks of tourists in their fanciest frocks and waved to his cousins who lived on the rocks while he munched on a breakfast of bagels and lox. Down on the beach, he played in the sand. He jumped in the ocean as it lapped on the land. He rode on a surfboard and soon was viewed as a real cool sea lion surfer dude. Sunday, he slept until noon and then checked out at 2 to Hobnob Knob Hill to admire the view. He was waddling about and doing quite well when he suddenly heard the sound of a bell. Along the tracks that climbed up the hill, he saw a sight that gave him a thrill. "It's a cable car," said the little old man. So right to the cable car their sea lion ran. The bell ringer clanged and the passengers roared as Sasha the sea lion clambered aboard. If you've been to San Francisco, I bet you have definitely seen a cable car or a trolley, sometimes we call them. Now I know it's silly and foolish by golly for the bravest sea lion to ride on a trolley. But oh, he had a spectacular time from the start of the ride to the end of the line where he waddled back to Pier 39. He was greeted by applause and sea lion chants from his brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts. And even though there's no place like home, Sasha the sea lion still wanted to roam. He had heard that New York was a traveler's delight, and he planned to fly there when the prices were right. He's back at Pier 39 with his family. And the end. Well, that is all for this week, and I cannot wait to see you. Have a great weekend, everyone.